This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, May 3rd. Wow. I'm Tori here with Lindsay and Jeff. Let's get started. All right, there's a growing problem of people faking, ready for this, or forging vaccine cards. So as many of you know, if you've gotten vaccinated, they give you one of those vaccine cards. And as more places open up and require proof of vaccination, turns out those cards are a hot commodity and super easy to fake. So this is a card that one person was able to buy on the online store Etsy. It has his name, but all the rest of the information on it is fake. Some online forums are even trading information about how to forge the cards. It's important to note this is a crime to sell, buy, or forge a vaccine card, according to the Department of Justice. I did find it a little flimsy. I was like, this is all? Like, I thought there might be an embedded...
Like a chip or something?
A chip, because at some point in 20 years, it'll be a chip in our body.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought that we would have like some type of digital, like
scan?
Yeah, something that we can use digitally to show. Right. I think once they start telling people you can't travel without this vaccine card, like actually traveling with a paper card seems really antiquated. So I'm hoping that they'll figure out a way that people can just like scan and say I got vaccinated, or figure it out through pulling up health records, not just like a paper thing that you can shred.
Think, right?
I hope so.
It's very telling to like where we are in society that people want to take like the easy way out, and this seems actually harder, to be honest with you.
Right.
And they want to just get around the system, be like, oh, look at me, I didn't get a vaccine, but look at me, I got a card. in what world are you cool? Just go get the vaccine, man. Just go get it and stop worrying about things. Everyone like wants the shortcuts in life. Like, I just want to go right to the top. Nobody wants to work their way anymore. If they don't get what they want, it's someone else's fault, not on them. So I don't know.
You're sounding like an old man, and I really appreciate it.
Listen, I appreciate people who take the bus to work and take the train to work, and they work hard, right?
I totally get that.
I missed that.
Totally
and
get
I
what
read
you're
a story
saying.
about somebody that got arrested for it was either faking the vaccine or faking a COVID test, and I was like, okay, well, this is where we're at right now. People are going and scamming and getting to another country, and then they're like, this is not real, and now you're in a foreign jail. So,
and just so you know, if you're faking the vaccine card, you're putting yourself in more danger because the people around you who are vaccinated can still maybe transmit, but you have no protection. So
it's on
much
you.
worse.
It's so silly.
It's so silly. All right, for the first time in more than 400 days, Los Angeles reported no COVID deaths.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And last night there was a giant concert there called Vax Live. Prince Harry was there in his first appearance back in the States since his grandfather's funeral. He got a standing O, and he told the crowd why it is so important that the vaccines are distributed across the globe. Let's take a look at Harry.
Because this pandemic will not end unless we act collectively with an unprecedented commitment to our shared humanity. The vaccine must be distributed to everyone, everywhere. We cannot rest or truly recover until there is fair distribution to every corner of the world.
Feels like he's running for Senate. What a great job. The crowd was full of vaccinated healthcare workers and first responders who were invited to attend to thank them for their work. Now, J-Lo was one of the performers. She brought her mama on stage to sing with her. Check out this rendition of the one and only Sweet Caroline. I love it. Speaking of J-Lo, check out these paparazzi photos from over the weekend. Yep, that's J-Lo and Ben Affleck riding together in the same SUV. They were both at the concert, but now there are all sorts of rumors about the two possibly rekindling their romance. Vax Live will air this Saturday on CBS and ABC. So first, let's talk that, but also Bennifer.
One thing that J-Lo is going to do is move on. That's something that's consistent in her life. She will move on. And so she did run it back. I'm not a fan of like running things back. I think when it's done, it's done. But she moved on, and I am like, wow, J-Lo still is doing her same routine from back in the day. And I appreciate it because most people are like, okay, when you turn a certain age, you're done. You're not dating. And J-Lo's like breaking all those rules every time.
Yeah, nobody wants a G Lee part 2. That's off the table.
G Lee was terrible.
Okay, nobody wants that. I'm sorry, you're right. She's moving on. They're just friends, and people love to speculate. If you have a name like Bennifer or Brangelina,
you don't think they're going?
Everyone wants you back together.
You don't think they're together?
No.
I definitely think
they're friends. They're friends.
Come
She's going through a
on.
breakup. You lean sometimes on old exes or old flames.
And that's not a friendship when you lean in like that right after you break up with somebody. You usually rekindling.
All right, well, we'll see where it goes. I think no, but you guys think yes, okay? I also think the concert wasn't going well for J-Lo, and I think every concert's like, hey, it's not going well. Play Sweet Caroline. And then everyone's like, yeah,
Everybody. It's so true. At every bar, they're like, Sweet Caroline.
But wasn't it cool that she brought her mom, though? It was like a sign that I can be around my mom. You know, she's singing the song with her mom.
Very cool.
And it's like people haven't been around their moms for a really long time during COVID, and she's at a concert packed with people like, we're safe, we're vaccinated. How y'all doing?
That's
I was making a joke. I'm sure the concert went well, and I thought it was very cool she brought her mom out there.
I hadn't thought of that point. I haven't seen my mama in over a year. I'm going to see her in June, and you're right. It does bring you hope. Also, Sweet Caroline, based off of Caroline Kennedy. Did you know that?
No.
He's fallen asleep. Before we go to break, we have to give a big DBL shout out to a good Samaritan who sprang into action at the scene of this accident. One of the vehicles involved was hanging over the side of the bridge, and a baby had been ejected from the car and fell into the bay. Now, the good Samaritan immediately jumped over the guardrail into the bay, rescuing the baby. Multiple people, including the baby, are still in the hospital. This is fight or flight 101. You either go or you run. And I'm so glad that they had someone that was going to just like Superman, Spider-Man this. I mean, that's a superhero. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Why are you laughing at me?
I was laughing at your fight or flight that you just gave 2 other examples of fight or flight. It's fight or flight. Either you go or you run.
Right. What? You go into it and
I got
save.
you,
Okay.
You just said fight or flight again.
Yeah, I know.
Every time we watch these stories, I'm like, man, I wish that I hope that I would do that.
You would.
I hope that I would do that. These people are like so extraordinary. They're like great jumping into like danger's way and just like saving somebody. But I really appreciate it. It brings me so much joy when we see these stories. But I'm like, I think that I would freeze for a second, but I hope that I would be able to react like this.
It's true. They say, psychologists, it's flight, fight, or freeze. Some people can't do anything. I think I would be like, let's go.
You jump in the water?
100%.
Then who's going to save you?
Oh, coming up on DBL.
I hope you can swim.
Meet a modern family that's defying relationship and parenthood norms. These are the 3 men loving and living together while raising 2 babies. And a Snow White attraction at Disneyland is getting a lot of PC pushback, why a portion of the ride is making some people uncomfortable. Stay tuned.
Closed captioning provided by
Welcome back to DBL. Big shout out to our coworkers working from home during the pandemic. We miss you guys. Oh, Angelica. Hey, Joe. All right. Disneyland is back open in California, and it turns out they recently revamped their classic Snow White ride, but not everybody's happy about it. So let me explain. The ride ends with the True Love's kiss scene, which some argue is very troublesome, mainly because Snow White is unconscious and cannot give consent for the prince to kiss her. Now, of course, it's the prince's kiss which breaks the curse and saves Snow White's life. But remember, the two had never met previously. So, do you think this scene is troublesome, and should it be included in the story, even if it gives kids little mixed messages about consent? Everyone's waiting to talk.
Because I just feel like we are like nitpicking so bad.
Come
It's
on.
like she would just have died. So is that a good message to send to kids too? Eat an apple, die? Like, you know, so
Yeah, maybe talk about the apple as the lesson, not like, I mean, I'm very PC, I get it, but I think this is going too far. You know that fairy tales are very dark. I mean, the Grimm brothers are very dark. I don't think that there's an issue with that. What are you looking at? What?
I'm not at all. I'm just wondering, should I turn left on this yellow light right now? You know what I mean? Oncoming traffic.
You
It's
like
ridiculous.
this?
No, I don't like this.
Oh.
I hate all of it. Any story we do like this, I hate it. It's either I hate it, and then people are gonna be like, "Why? That's not, you're sending the wrong message. That's not what I'm sending either." Take the ride down. I'm like so over like things like this. Like, take it down. I'm fine with taking the ride down because it has no impact on my life. So take it down.
How are you just throwing in the towel? You're over it that much.
I'm throwing in the towel. Let's all start, giving in to cancel culture. Nobody push back, and let's take the ride down.
Are you just being facetious? Because it smells facetious of what you're saying.
No, I'm saying I give up fighting for other things
Really?
like this, that the message might be from the apple or that she would have died, and trying and start thinking logically. Take it down. Let's take that. So
you're giving
But I think there's a bigger problem in general with fairy tales. Like, it's not about the apple or the kissing. It's like this unrealistic love story that's like not possible for human beings to accomplish. And so that's something that's constantly perpetuated for little girls.
The words fairy tale.
Right, but we watch that and you're like, oh my God, I want to be saved by a prince, teaching young girls that you should be saved by some man down the line. And so, like, if we want to really dig into fairy tales, yeah, let's get rid of it all.
Let's go.
That's like,
See, now I can tell you're just going to be canceling everything.
Get it out.
You're tired of fighting. Let me just ask you one thing, though. I feel like the new Disney, the Tangled, the Frozens, their princesses don't need a prince. Is that right? That they're sort of gone in a different direction? I don't have children, but is that what you see?
Well, yeah, like Frozen.
Right?
She's
Am
like
I right?
the power one.
She doesn't need.
Tangled, the power. Yes,
There you go.
absolutely. They're their
All right.
own.
Nice. Nicely said. Nicely said. All right, Billie Eilish is showing off a whole new side of herself. The singer is featured on the cover of British Vogue with her new platinum blonde hair, wearing some sexy lingerie. Billie said she wanted to look like a 1940s and 50s pinup star for the shoot. She also addressed any potential backlash by saying body positivity is about doing whatever you want. She added, quote, "Showing your body and showing your skin or not should not take any respect from you." Now, it's a dramatic departure for Billie, who we are all used to seeing a little bit more covered up in baggy clothing. I thought she looked like an 11 out of a 10.
But you talked about her issues that she had with body positivity and all this stuff. So I was just wondering, also for her fans that are still struggling with that, she might literally alienate people because they're still going through that. So I'm just wondering, for the person that wants to be the spokesperson for that and wear all these baggy clothes for years to now be wearing lingerie, and I learned that from you, like, how does that make sense?
What if she grew? Can she not grow?
I mean, I guess I understand that she can grow, but it's like you also don't have to take on the roles like the spokes. I mean, she's done articles about it, exposés. She's done cover stories about it.
She was that baggy.
Right, she
I
was
have a
like
body
this person.
dysmorphia.
It's like
right.
Sia just deciding to take off the wig, and I know it's not the same thing as like a body struggle, but like taking off the wig and just like not Sia anymore.
I see you. I see it as we're watching someone grow up, sort of being more comfortable with herself in front of us. And I think that's lovely to see, but I do see what you're saying about alienating a certain group of people. What do you think, Jeff?
I think as a male, I should not comment on other females' body parts.
Jeff, you're being so
Yeah, you're
PG.
being like
Not even 13, just straight up PG today. I can't
It's
believe
Monday,
it.
and I looked at my family before I left. I'm like, you know what? I love my family and my house. I'm going to keep it PG today.
Wow.
I
Okay.
don't want to get fired.
Wow.
I think she looks great. I think you should do whatever you want to do. That's what I think. I think if you want to take pictures of baggy clothes, good for you. If you want to show off your body a little bit, good for you.
Let us know what you
Lindsay, you don't like that answer?
I appreciate it, Jeff. You're neutral Nancy today. I get it.
Someone,
Listen, I'm with two women judging a woman's story. No, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Switzerland coming up on
Yes.
DBL. You've heard of couple goals, but is this modern family throuple goals? We'll introduce you to three guys who are in love with each other and raising two infants. Stay tuned. Welcome back to DBL. Some say three's a crowd, but not for three men in San Diego who are all in a relationship and raising babies together. Earlier, I spoke to them about their life as a throuple in today's DBL Spotlight.
Remember the movie 3 Men and a Baby? About 3 men who band together to raise an infant? Well, Ian Jenkins, Alan Mayfield, and Jeremy Allen Hodges are just that. 3 men raising babies together. The difference? They're all in a relationship with each other.
I just don't think humans are actually built to be monogamous animals. So having an open relationship allows you to learn more, grow more with an additional person.
Ian and Alan have been a couple for years, but they wanted to bring in another person to complement their relationship. So when they met Jeremy 9 years ago, they just felt he was the perfect fit.
We just had amazing chemistry with Jeremy.
Having a baby is not an easy task for many same-sex couples, never mind a throuple. But in 2017, in a landmark case, they fought to have all 3 of their names listed on their daughter's birth certificate and won.
Piper goes to preschool, and then we play with Parker, and we're teaching him to speak and play and have fun with him. It's really pretty ordinary.
Ian, Alan, and Jeremy, welcome to Daily Blast Live. When people hear the word throuple, they might not even know what to make of it or what that means. So, Ian, would you best describe your relationship in your words? Go ahead, you have the floor.
Sure. It's really not any more complicated than we're just an ordinary family, but instead of 2 parents or 1 parent, there's 3. Really not any more complicated than that. And when people come over, it takes them about 10 seconds to adjust, and then they realize, hey, we're just regular people.
Jeremy, how did you feel about entering into a polyamorous relationship with Ian and Alan? Because I'm always questioning the jealousy aspect. Does that ever come into play, or is that something we stereotype from the outside?
I was never planning on being in a relationship like this. I had met a throuple before I met Alan and Ian, and that kind of opened my eyes to the possibility and what that entailed. But it's not for everyone. You have to have a certain personality, I think. But for us, it works really great. And I would say that there's not a lot of jealousy. That's not something that really plays a factor.
That's good to hear. Now, Alan, all 3 of you are legal parents to your 3-year-old daughter, Piper, and your 16-month-old son, Parker. Hello, boo-boos. Now, the road to get here was not easy. And I wanted to know what was the most surprising thing for you about that process.
We don't have a uterus, so we can't just easily make a baby. And so it takes a lot of planning and foresight. And so, being in a throuple, I definitely had reservations about what would this mean, what would the impact be for the children? Is this something that, even if we want to have children, is this something that would be a good idea for them, a good environment to raise them? And all I can say is it took years of us thinking about it and planning and trying to make steps to prepare for it. We didn't plan on necessarily being able to all be 3 legal parents. So we had a lot of legal preparation and contracts and trusts drawn up, and being able to be all legal was just icing on it. But it did feel important for us. Our mindset wasn't to be a trailblazer or to be pushing boundaries. It was really, how can I best protect my children?
Do you have any concerns about bringing your kids up into this world as a throuple, whether what the world may say about them, what your kids might think about themselves? Talk to me a little bit about that.
We're not naive, and obviously at some point this will affect our kids, but every kid is affected by something. Every kid has something that makes them different or stand out. A kid with 2 gay dads, at some point might get made fun of. And so the fact that the thing that makes our kids different is that they have an extra parent to love them, I think is pretty mild when it comes to something that sets you apart and makes you different. We've been very fortunate in our life. All of our friends, all of our families are incredibly supportive.
That's good.
Actually we haven't had any parent shaming. Now that Ian has his book out and there's lots of PR, I'm sure if we went to comment sections, we'd get parent shamed, but we try not to do that. And most people, once they meet us, they just really don't bat an eye because they see that we're all normal professionals that are just, raising their kids like everyone else.
Ian, Ellen, and Jeremy, thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm going to plug that book. Ian's book, of course, 3 Dads and a Baby, Adventures in Modern Parenting. It's out now. It's available on Amazon and at all major booksellers. Thanks again, you guys. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Billions of cicadas are on their way. Some could start emerging by next week. And as they pop up out of the ground, an old urban legend is also popping up, claiming that you can make some serious cash if you find a cicada with a rare eye color. So let's verify. Can you actually get paid up to $1,000 for finding a cicada with blue eyes? Our sources are 2 entomologists, Dr. Paula Shrewsbury of the University of Maryland and Dr. Zoe Getman-Pickering with the George Washington University. They both told us pretty quickly that this one is false. It's a rumor that's been around for years.
There's a urban myth or urban legend that if you find a cicada with blue eyes, that you can get $1,000 for that. But that's not true.
That's not true.
Nobody giving $1,000
Okay.
if you find a blue-eyed cicada.
Dr. Getman-Pickering says that she believes blue-eyed cicadas are more rare than blue-eyed humans. So if you do find one of these cicadas with blue eyes, it's a cool find. You're just not going to get paid for it. With your Verify, I'm Evan Kozlov. Billions of cicadas are on their way. Some could start emerging by next week. And as they pop up out of the ground, an old urban legend is also popping up, claiming that you can make some serious cash if you find a cicada with a rare eye color. So let's verify. Can you actually get paid up to $1,000 for finding a cicada with blue eyes? Our sources are 2 entomologists, Dr. Paula Shrewsbury of the University of Maryland and Dr. Zoe Getman-Pickering with the George Washington University. They both told us pretty quickly that this one is false. It's a rumor that's been around for years.
There's a urban myth or urban legend that if you find a cicada with blue eyes, that
Real. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Right.
You cannot have it both ways.
And you're a fool, and you deserve to be fired.
Wow.
DBL is off script. You can come at me, and I know you will.
And I need to put that on my license plate or something.
Time out. Like, I'm just gonna be honest.
DBL is unpredictable.
I'll try it today.
Well, now this is where I need to upgrade to. Is it cool? A little bit.
DBL is your daytime destination. We look so cute. I love us.
I looked great in those.
Yeah, I felt good about myself too. Lindsay, everybody looked good.
I wasn't in there at all. notice.
Oh, sorry, I didn't notice at all. Judy wrote us in. Judy Hughes, I wanted to just say this. She wrote, I'm so sick of everything being offensive to everyone. This is about the Snow White. Yes, Prince kissed princesses to be. Yes, they swooped in on the white stallions for their rescue. I grew up with all of it, but I never sat there lying around waiting to be rescued. We were taught reality and common sense. When is that coming back?
For sure, I don't think that fairy tales should be your #1 teacher. I'm just saying, if we talk about the problems, we can nitpick, just like we can go through everything that happened, every single cartoon that aired, and find something that might have been unsavory or just not okay to have in the cartoon. And hopefully, with stuff that I'm learning, like Frozen and Coco and the new ones,
Entangled,
they're developing and making better plot lines that are not only one angle and one thing, like a woman getting rescued by a young man.
There you go.
I hope our viewers are offended as I am that I wasn't in that promo.
They aren't. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.